Okay, so last night I was chopping it up with my best friend, and he overslept yesterday, so like he usually don't even be sleeping at all. So whenever he was like, "Oh, I've been asleep all day," I was like, that's good. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, I'm glad you were able to rest. He be like, "Nah, cause I wasn't able to make the money I needed. This, that, and the 10." He gets instant funds. And I'm just like, well, you know, we are required to rest as God's children. And I'm just like, the devil, when you're doing the devil's work, you're not supposed to rest. Like, you're supposed to be working overtime. You work all hours of the day, because they was like, somebody had called at 6 in the morning and they had just fell asleep a few hours prior to that, and they had to get back up and go do what they had to do. And I was just like, yep, that sounds like the devil's work. And then we had got into a conversation about the the devil's flower being, you know, a problem. And then he was like, well, how has that hurt anybody? And, this, that, and the fan. And I seen him kind of getting defensive. And I was like, well, I just want you to know, don't get defended. You get offended. You're a good person, but, your line of work and your contribution to the world, it's of the devil. And a lot of God's kids and God's children get stuck in positions like that, working for the devil, but still trying to be of that light and be their whole sole purpose in existence. But it's just like, they don't understand that the money and all that, and then the greed that comes with it. I was like, a lot of people out here working regular jobs and they still doing the devil's work. Like, we ain't supposed to be eating pizza and shit all day. Like, we ain't supposed to be going have access to burgers and things like fast food as quick and possible. Like, all this, like, that's just greed and people being poisoned. And other people, is just like, you won't be able to get away from it unless you get away from it. So it's like, sometimes you have to force yourself to do your thug thizzle. And he was just like, how has you know Mary Jane affected people in the wrong way? And then I started listing, like, people done got laced. People put their addictions over their livelihood, and then now they're sitting here broke because they fiending for a quick fix, and that quick fix just happened to be, you know, Mary Jane. And I'm just like, it ain't all what it amped up to be. I'm like, I know you may not want to see it from your perspective, because you want to feel as if, oh, I'm a God-fearing man. This is just me making money because I need to have a livelihood. But it's like, God gives us everything we require to breathe and, exist. These foundations and these homes and stuff like that, there's just man-made. Like, that's just stuff we want. And of course we need shelter and things. Like, it's necessities, but it's also wants, because as long as the soul is in the vessel, you are homed. The vessel is your home. It's the temple. It's God's temple. So literally, your body is home for something. So you're never away from home unless you're doing soulless things, or you're trying to be out of body, and your mind is a little janked up, and then something else can come in and possess the energies that, this, that, that's it. But we didn't get all that part of the conversation. But we also was talking about, like, he had, okay, after I made the comment about, people working for the devil and this, that, and the tenth, and the rest, and da 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 da. And I noticed that he was getting offended, and I was just like, he was like, he didn't, but my legs started like shaking intensely, and I'm just like, I know I'm not irritated, and I know that because my leg haven't shook in a while, and I was just sitting there, and it just started like a rabbit. I'm just like, okay, that ain't me. And so I was just, I made a joke about it, and then he was like, nah, I'm chilling. He was like, but I want to say this before, I just want to make this comment. But he did make the comment, because before he made the comment, I let him know that I wasn't attacking him as, the person he is in this 9 to 10. But I was also like, I respect your opinion and my opinion, but as a man, I understand that y'all don't like when women tell y'all shit, especially shit that's right. And as a man, you feel like you must stand ground and you must be 10 toes down with your opinion, right or wrong. You still are entitled to your opinion, as am I. So it's like when somebody is attacking or challenging it, as a man, you're going to, speak up. That's just in y'all nature. And I was like, so I'm personally grateful for the experience to be able to talk to you, because I know that there's going to be other men in my life that I'm going to pass, that's going to be like assholes like that, where I'm going to have to be confident in letting them know that their thought process is incorrect. And I always tell him I'm grateful for the I'm grateful for the opportunity to have these experiences before I have these experiences, because I feel like he is like a connection to me in the overall world, like how I speak and how I present myself to the overall world. So, oh, excuse me, must be the truth. So I like to be confident when speaking to him, but I also don't like to be disrespectful, because I'm just like, I'm assisting, I'm not judging. So you can do as you please, but just be open-minded to the fact that there may be some things that you aren't aware of and that you are scared to be aware of, but you're not alone, like, at all. The thing is to accept it and for you to be confident in it, because I let him know, I was like, the devil is always going to be busy, but God has given us the opportunity and given us a gift. Like, rest is a gift, and when you don't take advantage of it, it's like telling God, fuck your gifts, and that isn't okay. And I don't know. I just wish the best for everybody, that they'll be able to listen, take the advice, and actually grow with it. Because it's not me being an asshole about anything anybody got going on. It's just like, I'm an asshole to the devil. I'm an asshole to your demons, like, because your demons don't get to run your functions. Like, your demons don't get to take control of your peace and your happiness. Not if I can help. Not if I can be an ear or a voice of, I don't even want to say promise, but of purpose. Like, I shall be that. And then, like, he also was telling me how in his new place, how he been like a little, scared about going to sleep. I don't know if he like have a boo thing or anything. He be trying to keep that discreet from me, because he know if he has a girlfriend that I get a little bit hey, I don't want to disrespect nobody. I don't want to disrespect nobody's space. But, you are my friend. And I must respect your boundaries and respect their boundaries. So if you do have a woman, I'll keep my distance, or we can hang out when we can. But I'd rather meet the woman, and we all could be friends together. I don't have a problem third wheeling. It's not like I'm in, but the fact that he has a crush on me, or he is like into me in that area of life where he wants to be the man that protects and helps and assists me in life. But I'm just like, you do your part. If I accepted you into my life in that way, that means I must accept everybody into my life in that way. Because just because you like me, just because we are friends, just because we have history, that do not mean we are obligated to be together if we are not both feeling the same way, if we are not both seeing the same future. And yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'd rather respect him as a friend. Like, okay, dust don't play. But he was just saying how he was having trouble sleeping. And the last few times that I did go to sleep, the last few nights, we don't stay too far from each other. I was having trouble sleeping. I was kind of like in an anxious mindset at first, but a few nights prior to those nights where I've been feeling anxious, which was the last few nights, I was like, okay, I was happy-go-lucky. I read me a book. I've been sleeping in the dark lately. I used to be completely scared of the dark, so the fact that I'm alone and I'm sleeping in the dark is like a bonus for me. I didn't have a light, and I'm okay with that. But I'm always saying I'm okay with that, because like, ain't got no choice to be okay with it. The fuck. But yeah, I just tell him when I was feeling that way, because I don't have Wi-Fi or anything, and I was like using the phone I had for an alarm to make sure I wake up and then get where I need to get my child in order. I have songs recorded that I've written and sung. I had those recorded on the phone, so I would play the songs, and then they was just helping me go to sleep. And it was my voice, and it was my message, and I was just like, I'm really doing it for me. Like, I really have that energy to make you feel safe and put you to rest. Like, and I just let them know. I was like, maybe you need to listen to some different kind of frequencies before you go to sleep. Try to change your vibration, because the devil is always gonna whisper in your ear, and when you slow down your vibration, like, you allow that to, you allow that energy to come in and seep through, and that's whenever all those thoughts get to roaming and running you crazy. Because it's like, the devil don't want you to be great. And you're in a place right now where you are very receptive because of the things you went through, plus the things you're going through. And it's like, sometimes the way you speak to and for yourself, I know you try to put on that you doing better, or like, that you a little bit happier than certain times, certain situations, but it's like, you must fall into that character, fall into that illusion. Like, smile when you want to punch somebody in the face, laugh it off, and tell yourself, yeah, I'm really funny. Like, I'm really crazy. Like, and funny. Like, my attitude is very ignorant, and I shouldn't entertain that because I know that'll take me somewhere. And sometimes when you calming down that big monster and you doing a good job, it's just like, yeah, I did that. My voice of reasoning. I was like, your willpower must be stronger than these little bitty whispers, because they will be there. They will be there. Like, sometimes I just really feel like spiritually I am in a, well, I was born into a realm of like hell. So I've seen disasters. I've watched heaven, or what heaven will look like in my eyes, and I'm just like, but that wasn't my reality. And because it wasn't my reality, I was supposed to continue to push through, and that's okay. I push through. I enjoy, because I'm not gonna get stuck in hell. I'm not gonna just sit here in despair. I'm not gonna just sit here while something is eating at my mind and trying to tamper and intervene with my vessel, my home. I'm just like, no. And so yeah, we just had that very enlightened chat, and he didn't even want to like say what he was about to say after I let him know, like, it's a defense mechanism when men decide like, oh, let me still put my opinion in there because I must let them know that I am strong and confident in my words and in my thought frame, and that's okay. I love a man to be confident in his shit. But also sometimes your confidence is stupidity and ignorance, and that's okay. When you have room to learn, if you stuck in your ways, then no, it's not okay. And I'm not gonna keep saying it's okay and play with you like that. It's not okay. Taking advantage of others and all that, that's not okay. Just because you having a terrible day, you won't flip somebody else's switch because that makes you happy. That's not okay. We are all entitled to our own free will. So when you choose to be a bully, that was your choice, and you will suffer the consequences of your bullshit. Yes, you will. So yeah, harmony, balance. And it was funny because right after that whole little conversation we was having, me being a very good balance of chaos and peace on earth, I decided I wanted to try to go listen to that Lay Down, the remix with Glorilla. I didn't care for the remix. I love the original song, don't get me wrong, but when I listened to the remix, after I heard her verse, the first one, I don't know if it's the second one or whatever, or the rest of the song, I just changed it. It's like I didn't have the energy to entertain it anymore. And then I played the other song, the original song, and I was listening to it. I love the hook. Maybe it's just hooks for me, melodies and things that really does it for me, because I was jamming that song, and anybody that know that song knows what it talks about. And in my head, I'm just like, Now how you just go from telling this man that he works for the devil to go see playing affirmations for the devil. And I was like, because these things do not affect me, because I am confident in my vessel. And sometimes I actually just play like gangster shit like that just to see what it feels like for my vessel, to be like, if I need to be like, okay, nah, like, this make me feel disgust, or this makes me this type of way, this makes me angry, this makes me want to this. If I'm not feeling anything but like, these niggas is funny, like, then it's a problem for me. Like, because I understand that no, killing is not okay, though that is not okay, but it's also not letting bad guys be bad guys and get away with it all the time. That's not okay. Like, there's a balance in the way people expresses themselves on either side of the the scales. Just make sure the person that's interpreting and taking in, they are able to hold both sides of the scales equally and strong. I don't know how to say it. I don't know what word I want to say. But make sure their will is strong. Like, if that's not you as a person, or who you present this vessel to be as, then you don't. Entertainment is just entertainment. Like, yes, I have allowed that shit to enter my space, but it has an exit. Everything is not allowed to stay in my serenity. So, yeah. But my way don't work for everybody. So if you listen to music and it make you want to do bad things, bad songs make you want to do bad things, sex songs make you want to do sexy things, sad songs make you want to cry, then you need to reflect. 1, 2, don't do it. Emotions are temporary. Because you could do one thing, flip the switch, now you're in a different emotion, and then you done made a permanent, what is it called? You made a temporal experience permanent. That's how you say it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But nah, everybody be safe out here. We all need a little help. So accept it. Be willing to accept that you are not the top dog all the time.